Hello, welcome to part 2 of the equation of a straight line, rearranging algebraically to determine the gradient and y-intercept. This lesson will continue on from the previous one, and the gradients are still remaining positive. Okay, so we'll had some questions in the previous one that had fractions towards the end, just to get you thinking. You'll see at the end of the last video the solutions were there. Okay, so we're now ready to start looking at this type. Okay, have a wee go at it yourself. Now you have to realise it's not in this form, y equals mx plus c, but it's an equation. The left hand side is still equal to the right hand side, so whatever values x and y take, this has to satisfy equal to 0. Y minus 5x minus 3. Okay, so we're changing the side, inverting the operation, so a minus becomes a plus. Apologies for that. 5x, and a minus 3 becomes positive 3, and we do the same to the right hand side. We have to treat these like a set of scales, right? At the moment they are balancing. Okay, they are balancing, they are the same weight. Okay, this 0 is the same as this here. Okay, the y minus 5x minus 3. The y equals 5x plus 3. Gradient is 5, y-intercept is 3. Okay, we'll keep going. Next one. Minus 2x plus y minus 7 equals 0. Okay, so again, left hand side is equal to the right hand side. Notice what's changed, what's the same, what's different. Okay, I mean that could equally be a positive 7. So y equals mx plus c minus 2x, negative 2x, that operation needs to invert if it's moving to the other side. Okay, other side of the equals. It becomes quite nice when you're laying this out vertically. Okay, so I'll keep the y there. Becomes 0, 0, 2x plus 7. Okay, so gradient is 2. Y-intercept is 7. Let's just change that slightly, that question. How might the challenger take this one on? Let's not put 0 at the right hand side, let's put equal to 5. Have a wee go at it. Okay, so what's the same? What's different? Plus 2x plus 7. Now this time I'm going to keep it in the vertical layout that I was talking about, but I'm going to write that 7 here. Right, so our numbers are in the same column, right? You might think about that as your place value columns. I'll write my 2x here. Right. So the y remains here, equals 0, 0, 5 plus 7, 12. 0 plus 2x, 2x. Okay, and at that point, you might be able to extract the gradient in the y-intercept. You might need to write it down so that you can see it clearly. Y equals mx plus c. Okay. Right, I'll take this off and I'll do 2 more building up to this here. Okay. Weights are always handy, especially with a whiteboard and a bit of kitchen roll. Okay, let's look at these last two, right? I'm going to totally change it up here. And let's look at this one. Minus y minus 6x minus 5 equals 7x. Okay. Okay, so what's the same and what's different? We need to get it y equals mx plus c. So you'll see and you'll notice in the previous the y is becoming the subject, and this is the last thing that we do. Right, we're leaving this out at the moment. So inverting this operation, inverting this operation. Oh, and look, we've got a 7x here this time. Don't let that put you off, okay? We'll just keep to the same procedures. We're balancing this out, right? So, like a place value column headings, we'll do that, right? And this remains the same. Let's just keep it in the column headings that we've done all along. Okay, and then we can tidy that up. Now, you might think about this and think, oh, I'm done. Gradient y-intercept, but hold on. Y equals mx plus c, not negative y, right? So we have got a negative y. So we need to invert that operation, invert that multiplier. That multiplier is a negative 1. Okay, so if we, one step, invert that, becomes positive. Okay, invert that, becomes negative. Now I know I said these were all going to be positive, but it's just this last step. Invert, positive 5, negative 5. Okay, so gradient is negative 13, y-intercept negative 5. Okay, what we could also do, which works, is multiply through by negative 1, right? Timesing all of this by negative 1, right? So timesing that by negative 1. Let's just do that here. Negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. And then 2 negatives here, the multiplying. Some cases that becomes positive. In this case it does. Okay. 13 times negative 1 is negative 13x. So x there. 5 multiplying negative 1. Okay, so you choose which way best suits your learning. Okay, if you stick to the same procedures, you want to think about inverting your operations. Alright. Okay, so this was our goal, this one here. Right, let's just write it out again, and I'll put up the solution as an image after this video. Right, have a wee go at it. What's the gradient and the y-intercept of this straight line? Okay guys, thanks for watching.